Hello, welcome to the 3D market commentary for today, Friday, May the 6th. Now let's just put the disclaimers up there on the top left-hand side, so please read them. Now, in terms of support and places you can go if you have questions, you have different places. You have Becky at tradewithufos.com, just down here, and support at tradewithufos.com as well. Two different email addresses that you can go to. There's also this link here, tradewithufos.com/Becky. That will bring you to this webpage. From here, you can book one-on-one coaching with me if you'd like. There are apps and courses and general coaching as well. If you scroll down, this will be being filled in from today. This is going to be where we put our, well, for me, where I put my trades in that I place in our live sessions. If you scroll to the bottom, there's also a question and answers section as well, where you can ask a question or you can read answers to other people's questions. So lots of different support. A lot of it is free, or at least a very low price point. Lots of places that you can go for that help and support. But tradewithufos.com/Becky will have most of it on there anyway. Okay, so the 3D market commentary. Basically, we send out an email every day, Monday to Friday. Looks like this on the left-hand side. I'm just going to scoot it over a little bit, give us more room for the charts. We send out an email every day, Monday to Friday, where we are sending information on major world markets using three main statistical elements. That's why we call it the 3D market commentary or the 3D approach. Now, the three elements are as follows. We have market climate, which is essentially where's the likely upcoming market direction, up, down, or nowhere. We use an app to help us with this. It's called Auto Climate. It's a free app on most platforms that you can get it on. And it tells us where the probabilities lie. I'll show you how as we go through them. Then we have buy and sell UFOs. UFOs in this case stands for unfilled orders, and it means where we have buyers that could push price up and sellers that could push price down. Again, we're using an app here to help us. We're using Auto UFOs to show us where the buyers and sellers are. Then we'll look at market volatility, so how quickly we expect the markets to move. We will start with the S&P 500. That's the first market that we'll look at. Now, of course, different things happen on different time frames. For each of the markets we're looking at, we'll be using a daily time frame, so a daily chart. So the S&P 500, top 500 US stocks, has a thick red dot on the auto climate. Ignore the lines, focus on the dots. A thick red dot tells us probability is down. Now we have sellers, reasonably far away at the moment, up here at 45.09 to 44.32.75. We have buyers closer to us at 39.83.75 to 39.33.75. Now, it's unlikely that either of those buyers or sellers affect us today, kind of further from current price than would be likely. So probability is coming to the downside from the climate. Sellers pushing price down at the moment. In terms of volatility, we would expect that in 1 year, the S&P 500 would move up or down by 32.74%. In a day, that's 85.22 points. In a week, 187.6 points. And in a month, 390.52 points. That's the S&P 500. Go away from that. There we go. So next market is crude oil. So let's load this. Now, let me just scoot down a little bit there and let me just squish price so that we can see what's going on here with oil. Okay, so before we have a look at this, just to remind you of the different courses that we do if you need help in any of these things. Futures, stocks, forex, back testing, trading plans, or psychology. Most of the courses come with a 3-month complimentary access to the apps. Auto Climate, this one here, is a free app on most platforms that you can get it on anyway. That helps us figure out the likely direction. Auto UFOs, which is the one that shows us the sellers and buyers, that's a paid for monthly subscription. Depends on which platform you use as to how much it is every month. You can subscribe directly to the Auto UFOs. You don't have to do a course in order to use them, but a lot of the time, getting a course and getting 3 months free access to the apps is cheaper than just using the apps for 3 months. So check that out depending on what's best for you. So back to crude oil, we have a thick blue dot. On auto climate, a thick blue dot tells us probability upwards. However, so we've got thick blue dot, probability up then, coming from the climate, but we have sellers that we are within right now. Current price is sitting amongst a bunch of sellers. They are between 115.54 to 108.68, and they will be currently pushing price down. So we have a fight going on. Sellers pushing down, buyers pushing up in the same place, which means there is not a clear direction one way or the other. Who knows who's going to win? Who's got more buy orders? Who's got more sell orders? No one knows. So we can but keep out, let it do what it's going to do, let it clear a path of clear probabilities one side or the other, and then we go from there. In terms of volatility with oil, we would expect movement up or down in 1 year of 54.72%. So in a day, 3.81 points, in a week, 8.39 points, and in a month, 17.47 points. So that's crude oil. Okay, so the next market is gold. So let's load gold. And again, squish it so we can see what we need to see. There we go. Now, just to highlight here about our coaching and support, we do a lot of coaching and support for free, and you can find a lot of those things on our website, on my link, or on YouTube and Facebook and places like that. We also have we call it an all asset advanced coaching. Essentially means it's a small monthly fee to get access to more resources and live trading videos. So check that out if you want to. Okay, gold, thick red dot, probability downwards. Now, we have gone further to the downside than we usually would, meaning we've been going down for longer than we usually would, but still probability to the downside for now. Current prices here. We have buyers down here at 1815.8 to 1788.5, and we have sellers up here at 2003 to 1962.7. So basically, unlikely that the either stacks of buyers or sellers will affect us today. Current price is too far from them. So the probability is coming to the downside, coming from the climate. Okay, in terms of volatility, we would expect in 1 year, gold would move up or down by 19.36%. In a day, that's 22.95 points. In a week, 50.53 points. And in a month, 105.19 points. Up or down. So that's gold. Now the next market is the US dollar. As I load this, just to remind you that, of course, everything that we're looking at statistics and probabilities. Nothing's guaranteed. We still manage our risk just in case we're wrong, and we may even add extra layers on top of this as traders to give us more probabilities. But at least we want to know where the initial probabilities lie to help us make those decisions. Okay, the US dollar, thick blue dot, probability upwards. It paused a little bit yesterday, so we had a thin dot yesterday, so it paused, but it seems to be starting its move to the upside again. We have buyers down here at 100.675 to 99.81 and no sellers above us. So overall, probability up for the US dollar. In terms of volatility, we'd expect movement up or down in a year of 11.01%. So in a day, at 0.72 points. In a week, 1.58 points, and in a month, 3.28 points. And that's the expected movement either up or down. That's the US dollar. Last but not least is bakkt Bitcoin. So let's load that. And then just to highlight down here for those that are interested, we do have our own proprietary platform. It's called Predictive Options Planner, or more commonly TOP. Now, I know it has options in the name, but even if you're not an options trader, it's really useful for analysis purposes. I personally use it for my stocks and Forex analysis. You can also use it for futures as well. If you're an options trader in particularly, it's useful because it has a lot of integrated apps exclusive to us and exclusive for options. So check that out as well. Okay, bakkt Bitcoin. We have a thick red dot, probability downwards. Current price is here. Buyers are down here at 32,820 to 31,615. Sellers are up here between 47,317.5 to 44,345. So we're closer to the buyers than we are to the sellers, but again, unlikely that they'll affect us today. Price would have to move 3,000 points in a day in order for that to happen. It's not unheard of, but it's not likely. So overall, probability to the downside coming from the climate. Now, in terms of volatility, we'd expect movement up or down in 1 year of 62.26%. In a day, that's up or down of about 1,400 points. In a week, up or down of about 3,100 points. And in a month, up or down of about 6,500 points. So that's each of our markets looking at each of the three main elements, 3D market commentary. We've looked at market climate, using autoclimate to figure out where that market is likely to move, up, down, or nowhere. We've looked at buy and sell UFOs, finding buyers that could push price up and sellers that could push price down, and where are they on a chart? And we've looked at volatility, how quickly we expect the markets to move. The last thing now to look at is our weekly economic calendar. We get this from fxstreet.com. We filter by high impact news. We want to know which scheduled news reports are likely to increase volatility on the markets that we trade. Today being Friday, May the 6th, there will be news coming out sort of as we speak or just come out that could affect the US dollar or US markets and Canadian dollar or Canadian markets. So if you trade in those countries or trade those currencies, be aware of that. Now, if you have any questions, you can email me directly, Becky@tradewithufos.com, or it's always easier, it's often easier, to go to tradewithufos.com/Becky. From here at the bottom, there's questions and answer section here. So perhaps the question you have has already been answered before, so you can check it here. If you want to post your own question, you can do that. You can get apps and platforms from here. You can check in on my live session notes, which will start from today. You can book one-on-one coaching, again, apps, courses, coaching, lots of different resources and help and support here. Just go to tradewithufos.com/Becky. So I will love you and leave you. Today is Friday, so I wish you guys a great end to your trading week. I'll be doing a stock session a little bit later on today. So those that are in the community, I will see you there. And you can watch the recording, of course, afterwards for everybody else. I will see you soon. Have a great weekend ahead. Take care. Bye-bye.